Nick Kyrgios, the tennis maverick who's as unpredictable as he is talented. Love him or hate him, he's one of the most talked-about players in the game today. But beyond the headlines, there's so much more to this Australian rebel. In today's video, we dive into the untold stories, wild controversies, and the surprising truths about the man who's rewriting the tennis playbook. Let's start with the basics. Nicholas Hilmi Kyrgios was born in Canberra, Australia, on April 27, 1995. He is 6 feet 4 inches, 193 centimeters, and weighs 95 kilogram. His father, Kyrgios, is of Greek descent, and his mother, Laila, is Malaysian. Kyrgios burst onto the scene in 2014 when he shocked the world by beating Rafael Nadal at Wimbledon, at just 19 years old. But did you know that Nick initially didn't want to pursue tennis? Growing up in Canberra, Australia, basketball was his first love. In fact, he was so good at it, he almost went pro. However, his parents convinced him to stick with tennis, and the rest is history. But don't be fooled. Kyrgios still considers basketball his true passion, often saying he'd swap his tennis career for the NBA in a heartbeat. Nick's creativity on the court is legendary. Whether it's an underarm serve to catch opponents off guard or jaw-dropping tweeners, Kyrgios brings flair and unpredictability to every match. But here's a fun fact. He says his trick shots aren't just for show. They're strategic. By keeping his opponents guessing, he's able to control the pace of the game. Kyrgios is no stranger to controversy. From arguing with umpires to tanking matches, he's been fined over $800,000 throughout his career, the most in tennis history. Here are some of the most controversial moments involving Nick Kyrgios. During the Cincinnati Masters, Kyrgios called the ATP corrupt after being fined $113,000 for unsportsmanlike conduct, including smashing 2 rackets in a hallway. Though he later clarified his statement, the comment caused significant backlash. Kyrgios has been vocal about his dislike for Novak Djokovic in the past, once calling him someone with a sick obsession with wanting to be liked. However, their relationship improved after Kyrgios supported Djokovic during the controversies surrounding his visa and COVID-19 vaccination status at the 2022 Australian Open. One of Kyrgios's most infamous moments occurred during a match against Stan Wawrinka at the Rogers Cup. Kyrgios made a crude comment about Wawrinka's girlfriend, which was caught on a courtside microphone. The incident led to widespread criticism, and Kyrgios was fined $10,000 and later apologized. Kyrgios has been accused of intentionally losing matches on multiple occasions. Notable examples include the 2016 Shanghai Masters, where he appeared to give minimal effort, and the 2022 US Open, where his lack of focus led to accusations of disrespecting the sport. Kyrgios pleaded guilty to assaulting his ex-girlfriend in an incident from 2021. The court dismissed the case, citing it as a low-level offense and acknowledging his efforts to improve his behavior. This drew media attention worldwide and criticism from some fans. After losing to Karen Khachanov in the quarterfinals of the 2022 US Open, Kyrgios smashed multiple rackets on court in frustration. The display was widely criticized as unsportsmanlike and became one of the tournament's most talked-about moments. Kyrgios has openly criticized tennis legends like Rafael Nadal and Novak Djokovic, questioning their personalities and playing styles. He once referred to Nadal as super salty and said Djokovic's post-match celebrations were cringe-worthy. Kyrgios is notorious for his emotional outbursts during matches, including arguments with umpires, shouting at fans, and throwing chairs. One of the most dramatic incidents occurred at the 2019 Italian Open, where he threw a chair onto the court and was disqualified. Kyrgios and fellow Australian Bernard Tomic have had a long-standing feud, often criticizing each other in interviews and on social media. In 2022, Tomic challenged Kyrgios to a $1 million match, which Kyrgios dismissed as delusional. Tennis player Stefanos Tsitsipas accused Kyrgios of bullying after their heated third-round match at Wimbledon. Tsitsipas called him a bully who provokes opponents and disrupts matches. Kyrgios dismissed the claims, saying it was all part of his competitive nature. While Nick's on-court antics grab headlines, his off-court actions tell a different story. He's been actively involved in charity work, including raising over $2 million for Australian bushfire relief in 2020. He's also founded the NK Foundation, which provides sports facilities for underprivileged kids. It's clear that beneath the rebel persona, Kyrgios has a big heart and a deep desire to give back. As if Kyrgios's behavior and polemic personality wasn't enough, he has been embroiled in controversy due to his remarks about world number one, Jannik Sinner, and Sinner's girlfriend, Anna Kalinskaya, who previously dated Kyrgios. The tension escalated when Kyrgios criticized Sinner's lenient doping ban, which some, including tennis commentator John Wertheim, suggested was fueled by a personal vendetta linked to Kalinskaya. Kyrgios further inflamed the situation by responding to a photo of himself and Kalinskaya with the comment, "second serve," a remark widely interpreted as a derogatory jibe. This led to public outcry, with calls for ESPN to remove Kyrgios from his commentary role due to the perceived misogynistic nature of his comment. Kyrgios has denied that his criticisms of Sinner are influenced by Kalinskaya's current relationship with the Italian player, stating he couldn't care less where Jannik Sinner lays his wood. Nick Kyrgios remains one of tennis's most polarizing figures. His raw talent, emotional intensity, and refusal to conform make him a unique force in the sport. Whether he's smashing records or smashing rackets, one thing's for sure: you can never ignore Nick Kyrgios. Nick Kyrgios has always been full of surprises, both on and off the court. After a turbulent few years and even hinting at retirement, 2025 marks his return to professional tennis. The big question now is, can the rebel of the sport make a true comeback and live up to his immense potential? Only time will tell. One thing's for sure, with Kyrgios, you can always expect the unexpected. Stay tuned to see where this journey takes him next.